Ultimates play a very important role in the world of Overwatch. If you play Kiri, you can make everyone a living machine gun. If you play Soldier, you can have temporary aimbot. And if you play Ryan, well, you can solo shatter every mercy in your general vicinity. Point is, without ultimates, Overwatch would look very different, and this got me thinking, for once, which ultimate ability is the best? So, as any sane person would, I decided to rank all 44 of them from best to worst. Of course, this is subject to personal opinion, but by all means, please feel free to roast me in the comments. I'm used to it by now. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you do, please leave a sub. I'm trying to reach 2k by the end of the year, so it would really help me out a bunch, and let's get into it. So, to start us off, we got D.Va. It's quite a simple ultimate, to be honest. Like, you click one button, and you can get a huge payoff in a team fight from it. I think you get a lot of value for something that isn't very skill based. Obviously, it's hard to like place the ultimate correctly, time the explosion, but overall I think her ultimate's quite simple and you can literally just get like a team kill with it. So I know it's early on, but I'm gonna put it in S tier. Oh, what am I even doing? I need to freaking name these. It's so boring. So we got Dummy Broken at the top. Whoa! In the second place, and
It's decent. Every damn shuffling.
And Leave. Now, D.Va's second ultimate is kind of... You can kind of ignore it, to be honest, because obviously it's not her main thing that she's got for an ultimate. It's very funny being able to crush people, but it generally isn't very useful. But it isn't completely useless, so I'm going to put it in Eh. Now, Doomfist's ultimate is... Obviously, you can one-hit characters. I'm not sure you can one-hit tanks. I'm pretty sure you can pretty much one-hit any DPS or support if you land straight on them. However, it's pretty easy to move out the way in time, and I don't think I've ever seen... Or I have seen, but like very rarely I see a Doomfist ultimate coming off with a kill. I understand that a lot of people use it just to get out of sticky situations, which you'll definitely need if you're Doomfist, especially if your cooldowns aren't ready yet. So it's useful in that aspect, but I mean, from a damage perspective, which is what it's meant to be used for, it's not amazing, so I'll put it in decent. Junker's ultimate. This is literally one of my favorite ultimates of all time. Bro, it's so fun being able to just like whiz through an entire team, and the range on her ultimate is insane. Like, you'll be like 5 meters to the right of someone, and you'll still anti-heal them. It's ridiculous. Yeah, the tick damage along with the anti-heal is insane, and the fact that you can get so many people with it is so good. So people are gonna kill me again in the comments, bro. I'm gonna put it in Dummy Broken, and I'm actually gonna put it above D.Va. It will let me. There we go. Malga. Now Malga was a very big pain in the ass when it first released. I remember Cage was like the most feared thing in the game for like months because, well, number one, because Malga was broken. But I think it's good. It's situational. Sometimes Malga will use his ult and he's literally just like committed Sudoku by doing that. You know, trapping himself in there with 3 other people isn't very smart sometimes. But generally, it can be very useful, especially on point or on payload. It's situational, but it's still very good. So I'm going to put it in. Do I have to do the noise every single time, man? What? Okay, now we got a Rissa, I think. I don't know. I don't really look at the ultimate symbols very much, so I'm slightly guessing a couple of these, but I'm sure I'll get most of them. If not, then I'll get blasted in the comments, and that's fine. I seem to remember Orissa's ultimate getting a nerf. That was a while ago, though, wasn't it? I don't know. I haven't played Orisa in a minute. It degrades my self-worth too much, but from when I played her, I remember it being quite good. Obviously, it takes a minute to charge up. I think usually you don't really get a kill with it, but you just deal like a lot of damage, which is good for team fights. And you need to have good timing as well, because they could get out last second and you just get nothing. It's good to use like with other ultimates as well. Like if you pull everyone in the center and you got Tracer's ultimate, that is like, well, not a guaranteed 3 kills, but if done correctly, you could get quite a few kills from that. But considering it's not like game breaking and you get a decent amount of damage in there, I'll put it in decent. Ramatra's ultimate can be a bit of a pain. Sometimes people will just stand behind the tiniest bit of wall and you'll just see your seconds count down immediately and you've just wasted your ultimate. But if it's like a very open map, this ultimate is like fully broken. I don't know how long it actually lasts if you keep them in the area, but I'm pretty sure it's like upwards of 20-30 seconds, which is ridiculous. Obviously that never actually happens because you either kill them before the timer runs out or they run behind something, but if it's played well, it does a lot of damage and lasts a very long time. So I'm gonna put it in. What? Wait, what ultimate is this again? Electricity. Oh, it's Reinhardt. It's Shatter. Shatter's just goated, isn't it? Obviously, sometimes you'll shatter like 3 people, and it's either if they're not lined up or not very weak, it's kind of hard to kill them kind of like immediately. But, you know, it's very fun turning around, seeing one Mercy standing there and just absolutely obliterating her for no reason. Like the troll level of this ultimate is infinite, and on a practical level it's still very good, so I'm gonna put it up in whoa. Roadhogs can be fun, like hitting people off the map, which is rare in situations. And honestly, even though it deals a lot of damage close up, unless you hit them into a corner with it, you are just gonna send them away, which I guess is good for like protecting point and stuff like that. But for dealing damage, it isn't insane. I want to put it in air because you can trap them in a corner, but I feel like that doesn't happen enough for it to be warranted as insanely useful. But it can be fun to hit people off the map, and I think it would be mean to put it down there, so I'm going to put it in there. Sigma's ult is pretty good. I mean, you can run out of it if you're around the outskirts, but you know, usually you'll get everyone that you want to get in the radius. It deals a fair bit of damage, and you can still shoot them whilst you're using it as well. But there's been a lot of times where I've been like slept by Ana, or there's been like a Suzu that saved them. But I think overall it's quite a good ultimate, so I'm going to put it in decent. Winton. Now, I think we can all agree without having to say a single word that this belongs in Leave. As much as I love Winton, don't get me wrong, I love Winton with all my heart and soul. His ultimate is just like, it's like hitting someone with a wet towel. It's not really doing anything. Like, even when you get them in a corner and you're like smacking them over and over again, you jump out the way and you look back and they're still at like half health. It's ridiculous. It's a bit harsh, but I'm going to put it down and leave. Now we got Hamter. Hamter's ult is basically just good for protecting point, to be honest. It's just kind of annoying, but I think I rarely ever get a kill with it when I use it. It's situational. It's not insanely good, so I'm going to put it in there. Zarya's can be very annoying because sometimes you're trying to peek a corner. You see her ult being used and you're still trying to peek the corner and you just like ever so slightly get into the radius of it and you just boom, and then you're dead. You're just like a sitting duck. So it can be useful in that sense, but if you're not a dense prick like me, then it isn't insane. Obviously Suzu could help with this stuff as well, and like if someone's got a shield like Reinhardt, it could be a bit hard to actually get anything done with it. It's still quite good at drawing enemies in and getting a couple kills sometimes, so I'm gonna put it in decent. Bob is goated, bro. It's like insane damage, so much health. You can carry on playing without having to even think about it, and he's literally got aimbot. It's like a better version of Soldier 76's ult. I mean, he can't move, but like it's insane. And the amount of times I've seen people, I don't know if it's just because I'm low ranked, but the amount of times I've seen people try and 1v1 Bob is insane. I don't understand how people can't grasp it that you can't 1v1 this guy, especially when you don't have a shield. It's just ridiculous. I think it was actually in my last video. But yeah, this thing's good, so I'm gonna put it in Don't Be Broken. Bastion's ult. Bastion's ult needs to be used well. Like, you know, that whole thing where you put two on one side and then they want to run to the left and you put one there and that kills them. But I think for beginners, like a lot of the time people use it wrong. Like they try and put one in 3 different areas and they're very easy to dodge, to be honest. It's funny when you bait them out as well with a Moira by standing still and just fade out, or like a Reinhardt, you know, just put your shield to this guy. So it's okay, but I think you have to be quite good to use it effectively, and even then the most you're going to get from it is realistically 1 kill, so I'm going to put it in there. Fellas, you know what time it is.
It's Hanu.
Hanu used to be rendered like completely useless because you just do the thing and either everyone would turn their guns towards you or just run behind a wall before you could lock onto them. But as of recently, I've been consistently getting like 1, 2, maybe 3 kills with it every time. I think it might be because I've got better situational judgment, but maybe they buffed it at some point so that you lock on quicker, because it seems to be a much better role. Oh, and they did that buff as well where you can move quicker as it goes on, which I'm not sure how useful that's been for me, but it's still a useful addition, I guess. But yeah, considering you can get like 2, 3 people with this and they're just like immediately out the game despite being inconsistent, it's still broken as hell, so I'm gonna put it up in whoa. Echo, I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but Echoes is kind of useless in my opinion. I know you can get a lot of ult charge very quickly, but the amount of times that I just see people switch to a different character and they just get immediately obliterated and turn back into Echo and their ultimate has done absolutely nothing is insane. I don't know if it's just because they hear her say that and they just immediately turn all their guns towards her, but I personally don't like it that much. And again, I know this is quite harsh, but I'm gonna put it down and leave. I think Winton should go behind it though still. That ultimate is terrible. Genji's probably one of the most famous ultimates in this game, as it was completely broken as hell, and then they decided to buff it, you know? I think they changed it so that you can get 1 more swing in the time that they give you. I don't know if they made the swings faster or the time longer. Either way, yeah, no, this thing is insane. Bro, like 2 slashes, they're dead. Dash to someone else, 2 slashes, they're dead. Dash to someone else. Not only is it good, but it's fun. Like, yeah, it's not as like simple and easy to use as D.Va's ultimate per se, but bro, like when you dash, you literally feel feel like a ninja. I understand that's Genji's whole vibe, but you really feel like a ninja when you're using his ultimate. It's just like, again, one of the goated things, so I'm gonna put it into dummy broken. I feel like I'm putting too many up here, but at the same time, they're ultimates. Sumi. Hanzo also is one of those ultimates that has the ability to get like 2-3 kills from it if done right, but there's a lot of times where I see people misuse it or like try and literally just aim the arrow at someone and then the ultimate activates behind them and then does no damage. That's a bit more of a skishy than like a problem with the ultimate, but it's a bit harder to pull off. You have to get like the timing perfectly right, because if it's too soon, people can just move out the way very easily, and if it's too late, then it's just showing up behind them or not doing that much damage, or you get disintegrated. So it's situational, but it's an okay ultimate, so I'll put it in air. Junkrat is freaking broken. I love this ultimate. This is, again, I mean, I know I'm a bit of a cheesy guy for playing him as my main, but it's such a good ultimate. I'm sorry, it's just, I mean, obviously Widow sometimes just like pings out the air. You can shoot it relatively easily, but bro, landing on someone's head and you get like 2-3 kills, so satisfying, so satisfying. And again, I just said I'm putting too many up there, but you, it's my video, I'm putting it up there. May's ultimate can go kill herself. This thing, bro, I'm gonna have to rearrange a couple of these ultimates because I'm putting too many up there, but this thing is so, just makes me want to crush her skull. It's so broken, like especially the radius and the amount of time it takes to freeze you, and you're just literally standing there for like 6-7 seconds. I don't know, maybe it's not that long. It feels that long. Pause. Obviously I have the added bonus of usually playing Junkrat, so I can kind of mine out if they're in time, but I see so many people getting frozen and they just can't do anything, and it's going up there. I'm going to do a little bit of a referee check over this stuff because it's too bloated up in the top. I need to rearrange some stuff. I think I'm going to put Junks down here. I know I said it was insane earlier, but I'm looking at these. It's like, obviously, it doesn't have the ability to like just immediately kill someone. So I'm going to put it down there despite it being very, very useful. Cage is more situational, so that can move down one. And Diva takes a long time to activate and takes a bit more skill. So I'm going to move that down one as well. I think that's a bit more balanced. Okay, Pharah. Pharah is a very make or break ultimate because you can get either like a couple kills with it because it's a lot of damage just concentrated on one area, or you can get pinged out of the sky by a Widow. And usually it's the latter. You know, sometimes it's just like a trade-off where you'll get one kill and then everyone else will just disintegrate you. But then again, with her added perk where she can like move around whilst using the ult, sometimes that's a bit more avoided, but it still kind of happens quite a lot, to be honest. It's a bit of trade-off. I don't mind it. It's a lot of damage, but I don't think it's insane, so I'm going to put it in decent. Reaper. Now, I don't think there is any argument needed here. This thing is just ridiculous, bro. If I had a penny for every time that I saw like literally 3, 4, sometimes 5 kills from this one ultimate in the feed, I would be a millionaire by now, bro. This thing is just so broken. You click one button and you get play the game just like that. I don't know how to deal with it. And you can just like, you can farm the ultimate by dealing a bunch of damage to their tank. There's nothing wrong with this ultimate, and I feel like it slightly maybe needs a nerf, but I don't know if that's me being too whiny. Sold's ultimate, I feel like is on paper is very good. Obviously, it's basically just like a more OP version of her primary fire. But I feel a lot of pressure whenever I use Soldier's ultimate. You know, you only get so many charged up shots, and if you miss them, which is relatively easy to do compared to a lot of other ultimates, it's just completely useless, you know? I don't think it deals an insane amount of damage, and obviously, it's still very easy to miss the shots for her, so I'm gonna put it in air. Soldier's literally just aimbot. I'm sorry, it's just aimbot. I don't know what beats aimbot, to be honest. I mean, Reaper's ultimate beats aimbot. It's just a very good ultimate, and you know what that means? There's another one going in dummy broken. Sombra is just annoying. Like, it's not even insane. I mean, what was it, deal like 75 damage to everyone and make them can't use their abilities for a bit? It's kind of like okay. You just kind of tickle everyone around you, and then that's it. So I'm gonna put it in air. What the fuck is this ultimate? Am I stupid? Oh, it's Symmetra's wall. Why didn't I get that? Yeah, very good for team fights, to be honest. You know, just put it in the middle of the point, just literally piss off everyone on the other team. Obviously doesn't directly kill anyone, but it's very good for like breaking up the play. I'm pretty much just protecting your entire team, to be honest. So when used right, it's very good. So I'm gonna put it up in whoa. Now we got the short little fella. Torbjorn. This ultimate is obviously very high damage and can be very annoying if you put it on point. But then again, it's kind of easy to dodge and the placement's a bit hard to get right sometimes. So I'm probably just going to put it in decent. Tracer. I've never really been a fan of Tracer's bomb. Like usually the most you can get is 1 kill and that's it. And if you miss it, then you're almost guaranteed just not to get anything. And it's pretty easy to miss, to be honest. And this is going to be very unpopular. We're going to put it in air. Okay, now we got Venture's ultimate. Venture's ult is like, I mean, it's pretty decent damage. Not insane or anything. And obviously, if you got like shield, you can kind of pretty easily counter that. But if you're one-on-oneing, sometimes 1v2ing, you can get a couple kills with it. So I'm going to put it up in decent. Widow, again, this is literally just hacks. You know, it's the same as Soldier's ultimate. I mean, it's not the same, but you know, they're both involving just in-game hacks. 3 walls for the entire team is insane. I'm sorry, it's just insane. I know it doesn't deal any direct damage, and maybe I should put it in high, woe, low, broken, but it is literally just hacks, so I can't really put it anywhere else. Nano's very useful. You know, just sending in one of your tanks or DPSs and they're virtually indestructible and dealing an insane amount of damage. You know, especially if you're trying to rush point near the end and you just need someone to survive. It's very useful. I'm gonna say it's kind of down to how good the actual person is that you hit with the nano. So not insane, and obviously it isn't guaranteed kills or anything, so I'm gonna put it up in woe. Bap's ultimate. This is just kind of insane all round, you know? You got the increased healing, increased damage. I mean, obviously the wall is just kind of stuck in one place, so as long as the enemy doesn't peek whilst it's active, it's slightly useless in that aspect. But if there is someone there, then you just melt them. Bro, they are just gone like that. I feel like I need to put it higher than decent. Yeah, I'm gonna put it up in woe. Briggs ult is kind of underwhelming for me, and a lot of people are gonna not agree with me on that. I don't know, I've never really seen much come from it, to be honest. I don't know, it's slightly subtle, and to be honest, I don't really know how it works. It hasn't done insane things, so I'm gonna put it down there. Illari again is a make or break one. It could be completely useless and do absolutely nothing, or you get 3 kills and play the game. And it's a very team-based ultimate, so it's very easy for it to go wrong, but if everyone chips in, it can be very useful. So I'm gonna put it in decent. Kiri. Now, increased speed for everyone is, especially if you mix it with some of the other ultimates, like, I don't know, Bob or Soldier or something like that, it's just insane. It's quite a long path as well, so you can get it in a pretty decent area. And I think it's like a relatively sure way of winning a team fight. So I feel like I kind of have to put it up in woe. It's not insane, so I'm not going to put it high woe, but I'll leave it there. Life Breather. Life Breather is quite good, to be honest. You get over health, kind of constant healing, and a bit of cover if you need it as well. It's just a very good support ultimate all around for the entire team, so I'm probably going to put it up in woe. Lucio can be very clutch. Ooh, I'm debating whether or not Lucio's is more useful than Life Weaver's now. Because obviously Life Weaver's is very passive healing, and Lucio's is just like instant impact. I feel like that's more important if you want to save someone's life, especially as a support. So I'm going to put this one up here, and I'm going to bring this one down, I think. Yeah, I'm going to bring down Baps, because you can't really move it, and they can hide from it relatively easily. Valkyrie is kind of meh, in my opinion. I mean, good positionally for the Mercy, but just kind of underwhelming. I mean, Mercy's character's underwhelming overall, to be honest. I don't know if it's the boredom part of me speaking, but this is going to go down and leave. Moira's would be probably put in decent if it didn't literally just go through shields, which kind of makes it insane. I know it feels like a bit of a minor thing, but sometimes whenever like a Reinhardt's immediate instinct is just to block something, he gets caught off guard and it can be quite good situationally. And obviously the fact that it deals healing and damage at the same time can go through multiple things. You just beam it down a hallway and you're just helping your team and destroying the enemy at the same time. I feel like it doesn't deserve to go in woe though, like looking at all the other ultimates up here. Maybe, yeah, I'll just put it in high decent for now, to be honest. This one can drop down a bit. That doesn't need to be there. And last but not least, we got Zen's, which used to be broken, used to be literally dummy broken, where everyone's just immortal in that vicinity, and then they gave a huge nerf to healers, and now it's very possible to kill someone whilst they're still in Zen's ult. Don't get me wrong, very good ultimate, still insanely good, especially if you're trying to rush point near the end of the game or something like that. But it isn't as broken as it used to be, so I'm going to put it up in woe. And yeah, that is my complete list of ultimates. Judge me in the comments if you want. I'm expecting it at this point. If you want, and only if you really want, you can just give some like nice criticism that doesn't involve telling me to fuck off. But that's purely up to you. I'm just throwing that out there. I mean, some of you did, but I'm looking at a couple when I say some of you didn't. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll be back to probably do just another tier list video very soon. Bye.